The wrestling world had a slow week, but yet and still, we not stopping. We got the podcast coming up for you next, right after this. Yo, let's wake it up in here. It is the Webookit podcast, baby, and my boys are back. I got Big Daddy C back in the house drinking out of the WWE collectible cup. I got my man Fredo's and Coach in the building. Clearly, because his name says, I don't know why, but he's drinking out of an ugly Green Bay Packers mug. And then I have Coachman in the building as well, and he's got that fresh, that crisp, that wonderful Ice Mountain, fresh from
the goat of all water brands.
Literally fresh from Niagara Falls. It's refreshing, it's crisp, it's the best. Make sure if you have a chance, get you some Ice Mountain water. Look at him. He just drank out of from Niagara Falls. He's amazed.
How
we doing
fresh
today,
glacier?
Good.
I'm doing good. I'm leading
man.
UNLV in college football. We're number 9 in the nation. We are slowly building up. We are now a 4.5-star program. So guess what? National championship is around the corner, baby. Let's go.
I've been doing Road to Glory. I haven't touched Dynasty yet.
It's so fun. It's difficult for the recruiting, but it's so enjoyable. I love it.
Have you seen the weird names?
Yes, they're fun.
The recruiting trail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got some weird names.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Shut up. For all of our listeners that aren't cued into what they're talking about this week, not only did wrestling happen, but NCAA 25 dropped. And the fellas clearly have all been playing it. I'm the only cyborg that did not go buy the game. I'm trying to wait for it to come out on Xbox Game Pass, hopefully in the next couple months.
You're waiting a long time, bro. As long as they making money off this thing, they said like over 2.2 million people bought it early, and they paid
I was one of those suckers.
I didn't pay 100. I paid mine was like 90 something, close to 90. But yeah,
$90 for a video game, dog.
To play it early, yeah.
My wife would kick my ass, bro. I can't do that. I can't do that. My wife would kick my ass.
Says the person that will willingly spend $300 to $400 on a title belt. Come on, Mike.
I was young and stupid then. My wife won't let me spend that money.
Young and stupid then. And he's still trying to buy one. It took everything for him not to buy one when we went to go see WWE in Springfield. It took everything in his power not to buy one.
That's because I didn't have the speed championship.
Oh God, no, not the speed championship. You better not put. No!
Yes.
Oh,
look at that beautiful title.
Damn it, Coach.
Look at how beautiful that championship is right there. The speed title. Oh my goodness.
Oh God, I had to.
Only the best of the best carry a championship like that. You know the sad part? If y'all look at it, Andrade ain't even put no nameplates on the damn thing. It's just like a WWE on there. That's awful.
I mean, he wears it once a week, so doesn't really need to put his nameplates on it.
Yeah.
But his pictures, his moving graphics, and his stuff on Instagram all feature the Speed Championship. I bet him and Charlotte at home so proud about that title. So proud. Speed Championship. He can add it to his collection of belts.
Is the Speed Championship our Joe Hendry? Every time we mention it, it's going to appear.
Yes. Every single time that the Speed title is brought up, like it's going to appear. It has to. It has to make an appearance on the show.
100%.
It's such a beautiful belt, though. Look at it. It's so great, man. Like it's got the gold and it's got the black leather strap. It's got the different colors on there. Do they even sell the speed title? Can you buy the speed title on WWEshop.com yet? I really want to buy
kitty version.
The kitty I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna see that for Christmas.
Well, no, I'm burning.
We should all do this, guys. We should all chip in and buy the Speed Championship.
And a Joe Hendry
Joe
shirt,
Hendry.
too.
Yep, I was just about to say with a Joe Hendry.
A Joe
t-shirt.
Hendry and a Speed title. He's gonna look so good. Big Daddy C is the Booker T of the pod.
I've never burned wrestling merch in my life, but it'd be a first time for everything.
Let me see. I'm trying to see right now if you can literally buy the Speed title. Come on, guys. Can you buy the championship? I know for a fact it's probably going hot off the presses. I mean, it's
right at Walmart.
If not, it might be on that seat.
Right at Walmart for about a good $23.
Yeah.
Walgreens.
That Money in the Bank WWE Championship commemorative belt is stupid too. I hate it with the little briefcase hold on the top part with the some of the stuff they create, they don't need to create. I'm just saying, like, it's okay. But I'm not seeing the Speed Championship. I hate that Shawn Michaels belt too.
Wait, Shawn Michaels belt?
Yeah, they have a Shawn Michaels commemorative Legacy Championship belt that's got like the hearts on it and stuff like that. It's not bad.
Like what they did with Edge?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a one-off. Like they only did that for Edge.
No. Yeah, see, you're in luck. They do not have the Speed title for sale, so
that's great.
I guess you're off the hook with that one.
That's great.
So again, everybody, welcome to the show. We're excited to see all of you. We have a not so busy week in wrestling this week. First and foremost, fellas, can we just say it's good to have Fredo's and Big Daddy C back on the program. We missed you guys last week.
Amen.
For sure.
I missed y'all too.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you, Coach, for holding it down. Shout out to Killian also for holding it down. The part-time Webookiter, as I like to call him, he held it down for the boys, and I tried my best, and it was a lengthy task to try to hold down the Fredo's Fave Five while I was gone. So Fredo's, out of everybody else, I need to know from you, how did you rate Mike Jones' Fave Five?
I'll give it a A- only because you did not mention our unofficial sponsor, Zen. But other than that, it was good. It was good.
Thank you, Fredo's. I appreciate you. Fredo's, I also don't chew, so I don't know what Zen is. I don't know what it is, so I didn't know what to say.
Just do something. Do a fake sponsor. I mean, I do that all the time. Just get a fake
I just
sponsor.
said sponsored by nobody.
Or that.
Oh,
not yet.
Fair. That's fair too. That's fair too.
For my boy C.
That's fair too.
Did it for C.
There you go.
I did it for the Rock.
You guys are hilarious.
I did it for the people.
For the Rock. I did it for the people.
I did it for Big Daddy.
Speaking of which, they did it for all of us. Guys, AEW top bill for the first time on this program, and that is because, fellas, I think we just saw definitely the match of the week, maybe match of the year. MJF and Will Ospreay tore it up for the International Championship. Hi, fellas, from all the hot spots that they did to the false finishes. I mean, it was just an amazing match to watch. I literally just went back and watched it again for the fourth time this week just because I enjoyed it so much. This is one of those fantasy matchups that you knew was going to be a barn burner as soon as you saw it. Obviously, AEW celebrating their 250th episode, so they wanted to do something special, and Tony Khan delivered. I mean, it's hard to miss when you're booking Will Ospreay and MJF in a match. I mean, they're two of the best in the world, so you knew the match itself was going to be good, but it definitely lived up to the expectations. What do you guys think?
It was a fire match from start to finish. The only thing I have a problem with is I wish it was a little bit, lengthier for a build-up for it. I mean, I don't want to say it was rushed or anything like that. Maybe the time constraint, they were trying to play up the 250th episode. But And it was an amazing match. And for the fact that we got this match for free on national television and not on a pay-per-view is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I thought the match in itself it's definitely going to win match of the year. I think I'm kind of going to play devil's advocate here. I feel like it might have gone a little too long with the 60-minute, but even with it, I think if that match goes like 45 or 50 minutes, I still think that's one heck of a match, and it's perfect. I just think those last 10 minutes kind of lagged. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was for endurance purposes or anything like that. I just think they were waiting for those final couple of minutes. So it seemed more like they were kind of stalling some more just to get to that final segment that they had been working on. And so that's why I'm thinking, yeah, you don't need to go the full 60 minutes, but I appreciate what you did because we haven't seen a lot of that in a long time. I mean, it felt like an Iron Man match from the Attitude Era. So I thought, really good job. The spots were amazing. False finishes. You guys know I love false finishes. So I was always in for that no matter what happened. Even if it was Ospreay kicking out, MJF kicking out. I'm always in on the false finishes. So I thought they did a really good job there, and it stole the show, literally.
All right, so me, I'm actually watching it as we speak, watching it on my laptop. Man, like, and everything you guys saying is like playing out as I'm watching it, just back and forth, like crazy reversals, like pin after pin, kicking out, false finishes, like everything is just like, man, and like Ospreay, a lot. I remember when AEW first started, everybody, was talking about how Ospreay was the best wrestler on the planet, and like I was just like, I'm like, who is this cat everybody been talking about, man? So I'm like, when I finally started watching wrestle, I was like, damn, this dude is cold, man. I'm like, I always thought it was Kenny, but really, like, outside of Kenny, it was just them two neck and neck when it comes to like, you know, the best in the business when it comes to in-ring competition. So like just seeing him go against MJF, the top one, if not the top guy at the company right now, especially now the top heel, like just seeing these two go back and forth, putting on one hell of a match. It's amazing to see the fact that we getting this on the weekly show as opposed to a pay-per-view. I thought they would have saved it for a pay-per-view, but obviously they'll have another match, I'm sure. But yeah, this match is crazy right now. I know that MJF won, so I'm just trying to see how it played out. But yeah, definitely this be match of the year candidate for sure. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the match.
I think that I liked what Fredo said about wishing there was more of a build up to this. So,
Yeah.
but my thought process is this could end up being the first of a trilogy, with that trilogy ending up and finishing at
All in.
All Out. I mean, I'm sorry, all in. Yeah. So that's kind of where my mind is at with things. That's where I believe that they're headed with this. I believe this was the first match to start what they have, and I think it will culminate with Will Ospreay winning his championship back at All In. So, like I said, but it was a great match. Where would you go from here with the rivalry between them two?
Is he being written off? Right? Did they say he was injured for Ospreay? I couldn't remember if they said that, but that he was potentially injured. Because I would give it, if injury line, give him like maybe a month, 2 months off, have him MJF run gauntlet against people, then have him come out of nowhere, challenge for it, go do another banger of a match, have MJF win, then do it at All In and have Ospreay win. That's how I would do it.
I think the key for that second match, though, MJF has to win by his heel tactics. I think that will just build up the story even more, not just a clean win. Because at that point, it's just like, oh, well, he's beaten him clean twice now. Like, So
why
what's
would he
the
get a
point of
third
it?
match? Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to make sure MJF cheats in some way in that second match to build for that third one, because then you're getting on Ospreay's side of like, well, he didn't get a fair shot in his rematch, so now you get that third match.
That makes sense. Totally. You want to put some type of stipulation in there or something. Also, I think with that when you get to that third match, there needs to be some type of stipulation. But you want to make it a grudge feud between these two again. And I actually like the fact that you didn't bring MJF back and immediately give him the World Heavyweight Championship or put him right back in contention for the World Heavyweight Championship. And the only reason I'm saying that is because his MJF is a made man. He does not need the AEW World title. He's bigger than the title. His name is bigger than the title. It rings bigger than the title. Like I said, so I mean, he doesn't need that title. But having him fight for that international championship, it just gives that championship more aura, more matches like this where you're fighting for that belt. It makes that belt mean something. So when somebody else wears that belt or wins that belt, like, oh, this guy's next up, or this guy's a big deal because he's fighting for the international championship. Which, by the way, let's just glance at that for a second. I'm going to show this beauty to you guys real quick. Look at that belt. That is a beautiful, beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful championship. Oh snap! That's the All Atlantic belt. Wrong title. Dang it.
Similar design. I think we get the gist of it, but
Wait, Coach.
That was an epic fail.
Coach.
Yeah,
it's a similar design.
You said you want basically for the second match for MJF, if he does win, to win with heel tactics, right?
Yeah.
I just got to the finish of this match. It looked like he went heel though. It looked like he did a heel tactic, didn't he? Because the ref got knocked out, and it looked like he had something on his hand when he knocked out Ospreay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so
I didn't see anything.
They showed the ring at the end. I can't remember.
So like
if
when
they
the
used
ref,
it.
when the ref got knocked out by Ospreay, Ospreay, he pushed Ospreay into the ref, and then you see MJF like he's holding something. Yeah, they didn't show what it was, but I don't know if it was brass knucks or not, or
it's ring.
The ring, yeah. Because I'm like, for it to finish off of a punch, I'm like, it had to be something other than just the. I'm like, so yeah. When you said that, that's when I was like starting to got to that moment. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm like, because they were running out of time. I think it was a few seconds left, and they had yeah.
Well, and the thing was with that finish, though,
Yeah.
it was so rushed and kind of sloppy that people aren't remembering that part.
Okay.
That he used the ring. So if you have that proper build up for that second.
There it is. Yep. It's on and he tossed them up at the bar. Yeah. Yeah. They are showing the ring. Okay. Yeah, so he did.
I love catching C real time watching this. This is hilarious. So yeah, but from there, I definitely think they could build off of this, and they can do the trifecta with the last match being at All In. Again, Tony Khan, mark it down. It's the third week in a row where I'm giving them a hand clap for doing something right for AEW. I mean, like I said, it's sure you can make the case and say, yeah, he's just doing these are gimmies, these are easies. You absolutely should do this match. You absolutely should put this match on. Well, when it comes to the world of booking, there's a lot of overthinking that happens. A lot of people with the book overthinking. You don't necessarily get the match like you're supposed to get it when you're supposed to get it. Just think about, Hogan and Flair both being in WWF and crossing paths, but never actually going up against each other in WWF when they were in their heyday. Or think about, like I said, The Rock and Shawn Michaels, that match that you never got in the WWF, things like that. I mean, again, it's just the what could have beens are so many within wrestling. And for Tony Khan to not overthink this, just let these two go and give them as much time as they need to tear it up. That's how you book a wrestling show. You put your best wrestlers in the spotlight and you tell him go tear it up. So Tony Khan, once again, great booking from us here at Webookit.
Just wait and see what happens with Adam Cole, because he been hurt for a long time. I see.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll see about Adam Cole. I'm not really sure when he's supposed to come back. I mean, but I'm also thankful that they're keeping MJF busy while he is gone, because I still do assume you gotta have some type of finish to that. Even though I know we've all seen it, I would just let it go, let the match die. But still, you gotta have some type of finish to that. Come on, man. So I don't know. Anyways, moving right along, guys. Guess what? We have a brand new TNA World Champion, and he's here to show the world. His name is Nick Nemeth. He becomes
fucking girl.
Watch what I say, little. Watch what I do. Fucking there all night, you better get it too. If you ever doubted me, you don't have a clue.
Oh
man.
That was perfect.
Yes, sir. Nick Nemeth is your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He did so at Slammiversary. Yes, he is. He AAA Mexican champion too?
Yeah. No, not AAA. It's something else. I think it's some other company. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nick Nemeth last night was the last man standing in that 6-pack challenge and was able to overcome the odds and win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So now he is now a three-time world champion when it comes to American championships. Obviously he's a two-time world champion. Yep. And then obviously now he is carrying around this TNA World Championship. The TNA management. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do we count the NXT title as a world championship?
No.
They
don't. But no, seriously. No, check it out. Because they don't even call it a world championship anymore. It's not the NXT World Championship. It's just the NXT title. So you're the champion of NXT, and that's it.
Damn.
So, which is actually good on their part, because you got the World Heavyweight Championship, you got WWE Championship. I mean, like I said, you don't want to mix things up too much. Yeah. No, I mean, Paul Heyman was referring to the ECW Championship as the ECW World Title when they first revived ECW. Vince put a stop to that real quick. No, this is the ECW Championship. That's it. He's champion of ECW. So it makes sense. But yeah, man. So super proud of Nick Nemeth for being able to make this accomplishment. Obviously, once you leave a company as prestigious as the WWE, for a lot of people, it's downhill from there. But for him, I mean, he stayed afloat. He went overseas, did some work. Obviously, went down to Mexico, did some even better work. Won titles there. Has had success there. And then TNA management picks him up and signs him to a deal. And they don't just rush and put the championship on him. It's been about 4 or 5 months he's been there. And they give him some time, let him build some credibility, be in some matches, and he comes through and he wins the World Championship. How does this feel? How do you guys feel about Nick Nemeth being your TNA World Champion?
I'll go first. My boy, man. Hey, man, he's come a long way, man. From being in the doghouse for most of his time in WWE, as when it comes to going after a world championship. Each of his opportunities both his reigns have ended very prematurely. And so I think this time around, for him to actually get a legit opportunity, as a world champion in an American-based promotion, it's amazing to see. But more importantly, Moose is no longer champion, which is what I've been advocating for the longest time, essentially since we started this podcast. This man Moose, I'm tired of him. I'm tired. He's a roach that just that won't go away. Okay, and Dolph Ziggler, sprayed the roach with the raid and won the world championship. And I love it. And
I mean, you
so,
got to give credit to Joe Hendry, though. He's the one who eliminated Moose.
Say it.
I
Say his name, man.
will
He
give.
appears.
I
I
will give.
believe in Joe Hendry.
Can you let me give this man some credit, please? Damn it! All right, I will give Brother Hendry his credit for eliminating Moose, so that there can be a new world champion. I will give him his credit. That's about it. Continue.
I will take it. See. Yeah,
What'd you think, Coach?
You know, there was a lot of backlash because everyone wanted Joe Hendry to win, and totally get it. I was hoping that he
Rightfully
wins
so.
too. Right, with how over he is, but from what I've read is that, and this was just from some of the dirt sheets and everything, Joe Hendry's TNA contract expires at the end of August. And it's more than likely WWE is going to pick him up as soon as his contract's expired. So from a TNA standpoint, you don't want to have your most over guy win a championship if you know he's going to be leaving. And
Right.
I think the writing's on the wall for that.
I mean, they already added. Yeah, they already added him to the roster page.
Yeah, the
Yeah, he's
NXT.
added to the WWE roster page. I mean, NXT roster page, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I get that, and I did like how they showed how he was eliminated. It wasn't a clean elimination; it was a low blow from a guy who turned heel. So this will be a good rivalry for both of these guys before Hendry officially leaves TNA, and he gets carried over to NXT. So it sucked, but it was the right call. And Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler of all guys to win it, I'm more than happy with that.
He makes world championships look good. Dolph Ziggler makes every world championship he wears on his shoulder look good, and he just carries himself like a champion.
Which one turned heel? Because I didn't see the whole match. I just saw highlights here and there.
Josh Alexander turned heel.
Was it the one that was? Oh, that dude, the Jason Statham looked like.
Yes.
That one. Okay, I got you.
I call him headgear.
The Steiner wannabe.
Yep. Like he's like a mix of the Steiners and Kurt Angle, because he got a bald head like Kurt Angle, but he wears the headgear and wears like the Steiner gear like the Steiners do. So I don't know. Fredo, did you think anything about the match? Are you happy for Dolph, or you care at all? Or
yeah, I'm happy for Dolph. I like everyone on the pod, minus Big Daddy C. I was hoping for Joe Hendry, but if he's going to NXT, that's a good consolation prize in my eye. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, like Big Daddy C said, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, he was always in the doghouse with WWE, doing those odd runs. So it's kind of, full circle back to him being a champion again, being in the eye of TNA, being the face of TNA now. So I'm happy for him, and I'm really excited to see what he does in this run.
Agreed. You okay there, Fredo?
Got a little spit going down my throat. It's getting stuck in there.
He's getting choked up.
Some chew?
From the Zen. It's okay.
There you go.
I'm good. Hairball.
So I'm excited to see where things go from here for TNA and for Nick Nemeth. All right, guys, moving right along. It's time for one of our favorite parts of the show, a new part of the show. It's time for
Mariah May and the Rascals, and I believe I think I went 1 for 2 with that, because I thought the Rascals showed out on NXT and at Slammiversary, with Mariah May a little disappointed in her promo after what she did to Tony Storm. So I give myself 50% after the last week with my predictions. But moving into this week, I got one from WWE and one from AEW. We're going to start with our WWE women's division in the NXT ranks, and I'm going with Thea Hale. Now, Thea has really done a good job with her character development ever since she was in Chase U. She had that little bit of a heel run that was not too bad, but could have been a little bit better. This time, we're actually seeing some good emotion out of her. The promos are getting much better, and she went toe-to-toe with Roxanne Perez. I think this is just going to keep escalating, so definitely something to watch for this week to see how she responds if she goes after Roxanne Perez once again. But been very impressed with the development she's done, not only in the ring, but with her promo work as well. Now, moving into the AEW men's division, this guy made his AEW debut at Collision last night, and I was blown away with what he did, and I pray that Tony Khan does not screw up his booking. The man's name is Hologram. I mean, that right there, I immediately was like, okay, what the heck kind of name is that? That was terrible. But then I saw him wrestle, and oh man, he was pretty good. And I mean, he was literally on top of a guy's shoulder and did flips.
Wow.
Like, and not the guy like standing down like this, but like standing straight up, did a flip off of his shoulders. And it was a really fun match. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops. But I think he's got a really, really bright future as long as the booking doesn't screw him up.
Isn't that always the case with the booking? But that name has to go.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I saw that. Like, I saw the match, and I was like, "Oh man, these guys were killing it." And then I was like, "Who won the match?" So it's like Hologram. I was like, "Oh, dude."
That it's some names in wrestling that just have to die. Scripts being one of them, because I was thinking about prescriptions. It did. Like I said, it did. Hologram is right up there for me on that list of names that need to die a quick, painless death in wrestling, and Hologram is one of them.
Yeah, that was.
But all right,
that was very
Coach,
disappointed.
Very
disappointed in the name, but match wise, I thought really, really good.
For sure. We will keep a lookout for both of these talents, one AEW, one WWE. Thanks, guys. And once again, this has been Coachman with Who to Watch For and the rest.
Okay. Unfortunately.
Oh.
Sorry, Coach.
His family cut the power off. Hey, you're done. You're done, pal. You're done. Come back to us. Hey, family time now.
Screen time's over. Back to family time.
Cut his damn shit off quick. Hey, let them say goodbye. Never can say goodbye. Oh man!
Oh God! Sorry, Coachman. I was trying to do that edit seamlessly or whatnot. It just like I said, it just happened to be gone by the time he gets back. But
right.
Moving right along, guys, we had Mommy herself stick with Dom for the time being, for right now. So all throughout. All throughout the night on Monday Night Raw, once again, the main story included the Judgment Day, and that running storyline was, what the heck is Rhea Ripley going to do once she finally approaches Dominic Mysterio about what he's going through? And we didn't have to wait, because she immediately kicked off the show. Dom came out after her, and was rushing out after her. And I love the play on Eddie Guerrero in China where he's bringing the Black Rose and he's trying to, apologize, and she keeps turning her back to him. And then Liv Morgan comes onto the screen and she's cutting a promo about how she's going to still plans to take everything away from Rhea Ripley. Obviously,
And she's
August
a screamer.
Oh yeah, and that she's a screamer as well. And then we find out that August 3rd, SummerSlam, you're gonna have Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. So that match is going to come. The continued storyline throughout the night, though, is Rhea's pissed at Dom, throws his stuff out of the clubhouse, throws his stuff at him. The guys in the clubhouse are making fun of him because she's mad at him. He tries to beg and plead all night. He then eventually has a match with Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso. Jey Uso's been trying to holler and get at Rhea ever
Get
since.
in them cheeks.
Get some of that Waffle House too.
Like I said, yeet. But yeah, so it was really, really, really interesting storyline. I thought Raw this week was way more interesting than SmackDown, but we'll get to that in the later part of the segment. But for Raw, it was basically the Judgment Day storyline throughout the whole thing, and basically it led to, in the end, Rhea coming up towards Dom towards the end of the night and Dom was like, I just want him to know, like, you're mine, you're my mommy, and you're my mommy, and you're mine, and I own you, or what, something like that, something to that extent. And then she let him know, like, nobody owns me, but I choose you. You're my Dom. Basically, essentially, is what she was saying. And for me, I think that this storyline is only evolving and only getting better as the weeks go on. I'm curious to see what happens this week and what the focus is this week. I also do think that Dom. I'm under the assumption now that Dominic Mysterio is going to stab the knife in Rhea Ripley's back and cost her the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. I think it's going to happen. It's going to have to happen. And Michael Cole is going to hit him with the, "Oh, you idiot! Dominic Mysterio is such an idiot," or whatnot and stuff.
Then Pat McAfee saying, "That dirty bastard."
Michael Cole gonna cuss him out. He is like, pay-per-view. They said they cuss a lot more on pay-per-view. So yeah, Michael Cole finna go ham.
What do you guys think is gonna happen? What do you guys think about Monday night? That being your underlying story all through the night is Dom and Mommy, and then what do you guys think is gonna happen?
It was reassuring that, for all the fans, that Rhea is the number one face of Raw. She was on screen, 6 times, I believe?
Until CM Punk gets back, but go ahead.
Until Punk comes back. But she was on screen about 6 times throughout the whole night, different parts of this show. And I love the take on the Eddie and Eddie, storyline with China. It was a nice touch, Dom paying respects to his true father. And yeah. And I mean, the story's still going to get involved with Jay too, because then you had those post interviews saying, "Hey, holla at me, I could take you to Waffle House," and then Rhea reposting that picture of someone drew or AI or whatever it was of Jay and Rhea on a day at Waffle House. Which, by the way, Waffle House is the greatest restaurant ever. I love it, but it's the only thing I'm pissed about.
When you went, were people fighting and stuff like that at the Waffle House?
Sadly, no. It was in the middle of Kentucky.
Because that's the only one. From what I've never been to a Waffle House, but from what I've heard and seen on YouTube, like, the food is good when there's chaos.
Oh, that's a fact. That's just in general. Yeah. But here's my main problem. Rhea's got a thing for guys with long hair. Buddy Matthews, who she's married to. Dom with his dirty ass mullet, and now Jay. This is complete bullshit. I'm going to have to grow my hair out to get some attention for Rhea. I'm going to have a full-on locks and flow going on just because of this. If it means I get some type of attention.
Do it.
Do it now. Her ex who used to wrestle, he was a black dude. He had long hair too.
This is good. God damn it. I'm growing my hair out.
Do it.
Grow my hair out.
Do it, Fritos. Grow your hair.
How you?
It's going to happen.
I don't know what that dude is, but he fumbled hardcore, bro.
Idiot.
Making all the black dudes around the world look bad, man. It's crazy.
Or as the big guy Ryback says, stupid.
Oh man. Let's
Finish it.
hope he don't see this and he start calling us out like he be doing my some of my favorite podcasters that love wrestling. Cause he be out here going at other podcasters and shit, man. It's crazy.
Dude, he showed up on my TikTok news feed on TikTok or whatnot, and he was eating a double big what was it? It wasn't a double Big Mac, it was like a double quarter pounder or something like that. He's like, because the big guys gotta eat. I'm like, oh my gosh, shut up, Ryback. That's ridiculous. Anyways, yeah, no, I like this storyline. I like where it's headed. Again, it's just fun to watch and to see character growth out of all of these characters and the interweaving and interlying of the story. And it's something that's keeping us invested. Obviously, guys, and I guess we can talk about this right now because we'll have another segment after this that's Raw featured. But Monday Night Raw, head and shoulders better than SmackDown this week. And it's been that way for a little while. SmackDown may have Cody, but that's about all that they got. I mean, that and Tiffany right now for me. I don't care about Bayley. I don't care about Nia Jax, even though I would smash both. I don't care about Bayley versus Nia at SummerSlam. I don't care about all the other little jump starter feuds that they're trying to do. I don't care about RKKO. I don't really care about any of that. Like, you have to get Roman Reigns back on this show, like, expeditiously, so that it can grow and become what it needs to become. I mean, I got a Bianca Jade Cargill sighting this last week, so I'm happy about that. But SmackDown just ain't been cutting for me, man. This hours, and they're gonna move probably to 3 once they go to USA. So we gotta figure something out, man. Something's gotta be figured out. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, the highlight for me was the LA Knight Logan Paul signing. I mean, they brought back, history with it from last year where LA Knight told Logan where he could shove those prime bottles up from last year's Money in the Bank. I mean, for me, that was more the highlight of it, other than the Cody and Bloodline match. But
which we'll get
or
into
not
later.
match, but yeah, we'll get to that later. But not match, but the very end of the show. Yeah, it's lacking. I don't know if it's the lack of Roman, if it's just the writing, or if it's just them setting up, getting ready more for the Bloodline story for later on down this year, which that's what I'm assuming, because right now they're probably just still water, just waiting until Roman's done either filming or training or whatever he's doing currently right now.
Yeah, I think it's the lack, not just Roman, but a lot of their top talent. Yeah, AJ. I don't know what he's been doing, but he
just wrestled overseas 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
him and EO.
Then Bobby, no telling when Bobby's gonna come back, because obviously when he's back in the picture, he's definitely definitely somebody that can go after the world title. So
have Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton ever feuded?
Yeah. Probably, maybe not recently.
I don't think Bobby Lashley and Randy Orton ever feuded, bro.
No, they had. If they did, it was probably on Raw, like back around the time when Bobby
left ECW.
No, when Bobby came back to WWE, like I want to say around that time. I want to say when he was aligning himself with.
I'm gonna have to look this up, but go ahead and finish your point, Steve.
Yeah, so I think just like not having those top guys there, Roman, Bobby, AJ, like, obviously you want to try to get some newer guys up there to get a shot, but when it comes to this Bloodline storyline, it's kind of tough to do. So like, because it's going to be centered around Cody no matter what, and then you throw KO, obviously KO and Orton into the picture. They keep getting packed up every week. So obviously they're gonna be out of the picture for a while. At least Orton until SummerSlam, because we know what's happening at SummerSlam. Yeah, I'm already calling it. He turned a heel. because they gonna write him off for a while, and then once Cody beats Solo due to the help of Roman Reigns, Orton gonna come back, and he's supposedly gonna help, and he gonna turn on Cody. So I can't wait to see how all that plays out. But that's gonna be how I. But in terms of SmackDown, I just think they just lacking some star power right now. They don't have, outside of Bianca and Jade, they don't really have me and Tiffy. They don't have that extra spark. I'm sure there's one person that's going to return. It's going to be a good opponent a good challenger for the title, and it's Charlotte. I mean, at this point, you need all the star power you can get on SmackDown, so might as well bring her back. But yeah, so I think that's all it is. They lacking, but once SummerSlam comes around, they'll be all right.
Yeah, I agree too. I think after coming off the heels of SummerSlam, I think that things will heat up again. It'll get exponentially hot, especially like I said. And I mean, I really wish they would start the John Cena tour now, but I think he's still I think he's still
filming.
I think he's still filming Peacemaker, so he can't. But I mean, John Cena could carry SmackDown right now on his own if you were to come back right now. And like I said, I am also with you. See, I do believe that that Randy Orton has got to turn heel once they help, but I don't think it'll be at SummerSlam. I don't. And the reason I say that is because I think Randy Orton is gonna wait till SmackDown to turn on Cody Rhodes. Personally, I kind of wish he would attack him from behind, and they pull from the 2002 story between Triple H and Shawn Michaels, where they're friends, they got each other back, and then Triple H throws his head through that glass window or whatnot, and I mean that right there is an epic way to turn your back on your friend. And after that, off the heels of that, they feuded for literally 4 years. Fighting each other from every type of match you could think of. Last man standing, no holds barred, hardcore, Hell in a Cell, cage match, world title, elimination chamber, everything. Like they everything to each other within those 4 years.
Because it'll lead right into Bad Blood.
Correct. I think it needs to happen on SmackDown. I think somebody needs to see I think somebody needs to book Randy Orton to, take out Cody Rhodes from behind. And then, like I said, you got to put it where the bloodline's bland or the bloodline isn't there that night or something like that. So who took out Cody? And then, like I said, then Orton kind of go on the trail, like trying to figure out who took out Cody. I think it's been long enough. You could recycle that storyline and it still means something. I think it would be pretty cool. You could take elements from that and make it cool. But yeah, man.
No,
they
did. They actually, remember, they did it recently with on NXT with Trick and Trick and Mello.
But I mean, not everybody's watching NXT like they would the main roster. So you can pull it from there if you wanted to. We'll see. But yeah, Mommy sticks up with Dom for now. Moving right along, we have Chad Gable and the Creed brothers joining forces, something that we have been clamoring for on this show. I still wish Coachman was here because he's been screaming it the loudest out of all of us that the Chad Gable and the Creed brothers need to join forces. They need to create a stable together. They're the perfect version of Team Angle 2.0. These guys all need each other. And I like how Alpha Academy turned their back on Chad Gable and like I said, and he thought that they were going to be the ones to help him against the Wyatt Six, and they literally all turned their back on him and said no, they're not going to help him. Instead, they were going to help Austin Creed. Xavier Woods against with his fight against the Final Testament. So, what did you guys think of this moment of this portion of the episode and the Creed brothers joining forces with Chad Gable to beat up Bo Dallas and then run from the ring like scaredy cats once the Wyatt Six appeared.
There's a lot of elements to this. So I'm, first of all, curious on the whole Cross, Xavier Woods, Alpha Academy match. Because, I mean, you know, the Cross effect's kind of real, how everyone kind of turns heel or it's different after his matches. So I'm curious if it's going to affect Alpha Academy in some way. I mean, make them more serious, maybe do something different, have them turn heel. Who knows? But then we get this segment with the Gable and Creed brothers coming together, which it's been building up. I wish they would have done it maybe like in a pay-per-view or something like along those lines. I kind of felt a little, I don't want to say it was rushed. Almost a little bit underwhelmed when they came in and they helped attack Bo. But it's building up towards the Wyatt Six storyline, which are we talking about the promo with Eric Rowan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We absolutely can talk about that coming out of this.
Because we got that promo before, which, by the way, that is some great work what they're doing with the Pat McAfee show. It's some great work that they're doing to set up the storyline. It's amazing. But it's really building up the, whatever you want to call it, their new faction with Gable and the Creed brothers and the Wyatt Six storyline, because that was executed perfectly, I thought, from when they attacked him and then when the Wyatt Six, the whole bunch of them came out to the ring and scared the crap out of them.
Yeah, I think I don't know, when I initially saw it, I was like, all right, it's nice. You know, they finally did it. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, like you have them debut only for them to like run away like pussies. Like, so like
first cuss word. You're saying 52-minute mark, we're good. We are doing
that's
better,
actually a pretty
guys.
good show.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's a pretty good show. It's 52 minutes in, and we haven't cursed really. That's good.
Pussy ain't really a cuss word. I mean,
yeah.
That's what it is. But like I don't know. I just feel like that's not the way you really want a faction to like debut. Like that's probably the first time I've seen a new heel faction like debut
and not look strong.
And not look strong. Yeah. So I feel like it was not a great execution, you know, in that regard. But at the same time, it's the Wyatt, so obviously a lot of people aren't really gonna care too much because everyone's on the side of Bo Dallas and you know Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Sticks, so they're not really caring what what really happens with you know Gable and the Creed brothers. So yeah, so I just think it wasn't really a great execution in that regard. I feel like they should have had somebody go against Chad, obviously, just a random match, and then, you know, that person wins or whatever. And then Chad, you know, the Creed brothers comes out there and they jump on whoever wins against Chad. So they could have did something like that, but nah, not in this regard, you know.
You know what would have been better?
It was terrible execution.
If last week, instead of having Jey Uso beat Chad Gable, it would have made a lot more sense for the Creed brothers to interfere. They beat up Chad Gable. I mean, I'm sorry, they beat up Jey Uso,
Yeah.
and then the Wyatt Six come out and help Jey. And then they kind of back off a little bit. Like I said, but for them to set a trap, a quote unquote trap for Bo Dallas of the Wyatt Six, I don't know. I mean, and then having Bo do the weird laugh, the whole nine. I mean, I get it, but I also understand. I don't think it was the strongest debut for what you're trying to do with the Creed brothers. I think that it could have went a lot better, a lot smoother. So.
Because you gotta look at it like, all right, because they're outnumbered, like so like if they have a rivalry like against the Wyatt Six, they're outnumbered. So it's almost like you're burying them before you even give them a chance to really get kicked off right. You know, so it's just like like it's not the way you want to bring them in. But obviously, Chad needs some help against against the
Right.
Wyatt Six. But they're
Right.
attacking whoever they want to at this moment in time. And so I don't know if Chad's gonna get more help or not or what, but because everyone hasn't been unmasked yet. So like, it's still Bo is the only one that's really been, like,
And Eric.
yeah, and Eric,
Which
yeah, but
brings us
he
to
hasn't, yeah.
which brings us to the next point. His interview that he did from his tape that was phenomenally produced, pulled on the heartstrings. I got emotional. Like I said, watching it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch because you felt the real emotion in there. It wasn't just the fact that he lost Bray. He lost Brody Lee as well. His bludgeon brother. So like I said, so for him, that was tough to lose his bludgeon brother and also to lose Bray. And he addressed both within this promo that he did. I like that Uncle Howdy is the one that's interviewing these guys. It's not like they're sitting out Michael Cole or where Byron Saxton or somebody, but that's legit Uncle Howdy that's making them explain their brokenness and why they came to him and what he did for them. And like I said, it just lends to the credence that they are all important. And again, this starting storyline with Chad Gable don't need to go super long either. I mean, like I said, he can be a victim on a long list. He could be the first victim on a long list. Victims. You don't need to draw this thing out super duper far. But I like using him as a reason to have them appear. And I like the simple fact that they are good, that they are like building this thing up where he's gonna, eventually end up revealing all of them. Like I hope this week is Nikki Cross that will appear and will tell you about Nikki almost superhero, since we are on the anniversary of 3 years ago her winning the Raw Women's Championship. So hopefully,
Which I think they're saving her for last. I think
so.
they're going to save. I mean, she's the one always introducing the tapes out, so to me that kind of makes a little bit more sense. Have her be the last one. But I'm curious about what they're going to do with Dexter Lumis, and I can't think the guy who's in the
Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy. I'm curious on what their backstory is going to be for it, because it's really interesting. But yeah, and also with this whole Gable Creed brothers, I mean, you got Nikki Cross, Sister Abigail the Witch, or whatever you want to call her. What's the plan with Ivy Nigel in this whole storyline? Because originally she was against Gable with all the gaslighting he did, and just curious because I mean that we had that one little promo where she's kind of like almost understanding of him, trying to help out. So it's kind of conflicting. So I just want to know what the storyline is with Ivy going on with this new faction as well. If she's going to be part of it or on her own.
I think Ivy is going to be with them. I think that it's going to. I think you have to have her just to balance it out a little bit more and make a little bit more sense. And like I said, I mean, it would not be beyond measure for them to add one more person with them so that you can do, a 4-on-4 guys and have the women on the outside, and things like that. So, I mean, I like where they're going with this. I think that it is phenomenal, and I'm excited to see what the future lies. And I'm excited for tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw to see what the next tape is going to bring. I also like what you said about the advent of using the Pat McAfee show as a way to, get the videos, and WWE expanding their horizons and using Pat McAfee's platform to get more eyes on the WWE product, and the guys in the studio all buying in on it. It's hilarious. It's a great thing.
Especially like the guys that don't, probably watch wrestling, like AJ Hawk or whoever the guest is. Like, what the hell?
Jeff Passan from MLB was like, "What the heck is going on here? What is this?" Oh man,
right.
No, like it was just really good, really good. But now it is actually time. Fritos, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I think it's time for us to do our favorite and most heralded segment on the show. It's time for Fredo's Fave Five.
Hit my music.
Here we go, Fredos. You ready for him? Oh, man, let me hit that music for you.
Fave Five. Not sponsored, but hopefully soon. I'm going to pop one of these sweet nectar pouches in my upper decky. Delicious. At number 5, I've got the man. Yeah. Finally signing the contract to face Logan Paul at SummerSlam. I thought he had a good promo. I'm looking forward to this match and seeing our future new United States title champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
At number 4, I've got the Chad Gable and the Creed brothers finally uniting to form this new faction. They may have looked a little weak, maybe a little rushed, but guess what? This is going to be a great future heel faction that's going to lead Raw on Monday night on Netflix. At number 3, she's normally on top, but she's right here. Rhea Ripley coming in with 6 segments, reminding everyone why she is the face of Monday Night Raw. Even though she's still sticking with Dirty Dom and that disgusting mustache and that nasty-looking mullet.
Stop being
it is what it is, but she's at number 3. And at number 2, I've got the match of the week, match of the year. MJF versus Will Ospreay. Those two are amazing athletes, and they were going at it. And I'm expecting great matches between these two in the future. And at number 1, I've got Eric Rowan. That promo is probably his best work I've seen in a while. I'm not going to lie, I got emotional. I had a tear, a thug tear, going down these beautiful cheeks. And that has been a Fredo's Fave 5. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Fredos, for your Fave 5, man. I'm going to go ahead. First time back. I got no qualms. A+, buddy. I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Like I said, I think you did a great job. I think all your picks were good, spot on. I mean, it was an easy wrestling week to slide back into, though. I will give you that. Like I said, it wasn't too much happening that was like, oh my God, this is earth-shattering news. But like I said, I mean, outside of Hulk Hogan's speech at the RNC, so. But anyways, other than that, like I said, I mean, it was a pretty earth-shattering week for wrestling. So, yeah, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. I really don't know what happened to see, but make sure that you, oh gosh, probably so. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow our channel. We are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We are at almost 1,600 now. We are trying to build and steadily climb. Also, just so everybody knows, look out for a couple of things we have planned coming up. We're actually going to thinking about doing maybe a watch along. And then our first ever live episode after SummerSlam. All the fellas, one room, bunch of microphones, everybody's drinking beer. It's going to get crazy. Yeah, like I said, the Webookit boys, it's going to be my birthday, so I know it's going to be lit. It's going to be a good time August 3rd. So set up and prepare for that. Looking forward to seeing all of you out there for that. And yeah, until next week. Keep those pencils sharp and keep booking it.